You're not on StreamYard, you're on YouTube.
Oh, looking at the wrong screen! What's up, world? It's good to be back! And of course, within like the first 5 seconds of the show, we don't know what we're doing.
That's because, and I yell at him all the time, he has other tabs open instead of StreamYard.
You don't let me chat in the chat, so I have to chat through the chat on YouTube.
You can totally chat in the chat. Anyway, so let's say hi to the chat as we are talking about them. We have Robert Shepard, Aerith Saga, Creators Outlet, Mobix. That means it's a stream. Yay! Hi, Mobix.
We got hockey.
Yeah, I'm scrolling.
Yeah, I'm helping.
Okay.
Not very helpful.
You. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
I'm Aaron, and this is Frequency Girl.
Hello.
And today we have the Duder.
Hello.
What's up, Duder?
Yeah, what's up? Hello. Ohayo gozaimasu.
For all of you who don't know, the Duder is the, I think, only member of CG Japan. Is that true?
Yes, yeah, just me.
So, what is CG Japan?
Well, it's just because I live in Japan, obviously, and I think I'm the only one that makes indie comics here. So it's me, CG Japan, because I live in Japan. That's it.
Sorry.
Here we are. Hey, I don't know what's going on.
Hey. Okay. Sorry.
B Rose is talking weeb in the chat. God damn it, B Rose. Let's say hi to Arrogant Ape, Black Rose Comics. Both of them wandering in, just a couple minutes after we started the show. As soon as Dean gets here, we'll just cut it entirely. But it's good to see you guys. Thanks for coming. What makes him more Duder than the next guy? His name is actually Duder. Can you believe that? Do you want to explain it?
Yeah, well, it's not actually dude. I like the word dude. I call everybody dude. So, yeah, it's just something from my childhood. People just call me Duda because I use the word dude a lot. So here I am, Duda. Yeah.
Right on. I dig it. I mean, we call people Duder out here too. Anyway, back to CG Japan.
Yeah.
What is CG Japan, and why are you the only one?
Why am I the only one? Because I think I'm the only indie comic guy in Japan that I know of.
You haven't seen a doujinshi? That's indie comics.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah. That's manga. So
dude, there's melon books on every corner in Japan. They're like Starbucks.
Every corner.
Yeah. So there's lots and lots of indie manga, but I think I'm the only one that I know of that is actually doing Western style comics.
That's fair. Can you start like an underground Western comics ring?
Well, yeah, I was thinking once this
trade of Western, contraband comic books right underneath the nose of Shonen Jump and Viz Media and all of the affiliates that are licensing and bringing to the U.S. You could definitely start like a fight club. We just couldn't talk about it.
I'd probably win as that as well. Yeah, awesome. So I'm from the rougher part of London, so yeah, I'll be up for that.
Yeah, Mo's right. That's coming.
I already put that up.
Oh, you did? Okay, see, I was
You're
paying
not paying
attention.
You know you pay attention.
I don't even know. I don't know what's going on. So you're part from London originally.
Yeah, I'm from the UK.
I was going to say you don't have a traditional Japanese accent.
No, I don't. No.
So you grew up in UK and you moved out to Japan to teach English?
No. I grew up in the UK, yeah, And I met my wife. She's Japanese. I met her in the UK, and we got married, and I moved out to Japan. And you kind of, unless you speak Japanese, your employment options are really limited. So I kind of moved into English teaching. At first, I didn't think it'd be fun at all, but it's actually pretty cool. So I'm kind of glad I made the choice to come here.
Makes sense to, do something that you know how to do in a foreign country, like speak the language you learned to speak when you were a child.
Yeah.
I actually know a couple people who've gone around the world, like South Korea and China, and, decided to teach English there. So
Yeah, I have a friend who did the JET program and taught in
Oh,
Japan.
yeah.
So Japan's a very interesting place. We're going to talk about Japan for a little bit before we get into the comic book here. Have you ever been to any of the special animal cafes in Japan? And which ones are your favorite?
No, I haven't.
No.
No, I've always wanted to try, but I've never been to any. I wanted to try one of the cat ones, but no, I never checked them out.
In case y'all in the chat don't know, one of the things that they have in Japan are these theme cafes where you can go and you can hang out with animals while you
cats and dogs and
spend time. Hedgehogs, birds of prey.
The Owl Cafe is my favorite.
Yeah, the Owl Cafe was awesome. They have like a reptilian one. Like they're
Shiba Inus.
Shiba Inus. Yep, they're all over the place. Japan's got some really interesting cultural stuff. They've got crazy cool food markets. We went to one of these little markets, and like right in the alleyway between two of these buildings, there was like a open sushi stand.
Oh, yeah.
And we went and we had sushi, and I was a little bit dubious because it's like back alley sushi. You know what I mean?
No, but it was so good.
It was
I couldn't
so
even sit
fresh
down. It
and
was
so
just like
good.
a little bar, and you could stand fit like 3 people in
It was incredible. So like they have some really interesting stuff out there. Have you ever eaten fast food in Japan?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Like the first time I went to Japan, I went for 6 months. I decided to just take 6 months off work and come and try and learn the language. And it's kind of, at first, I only went to like KFC because I was kind of a bit scared to go into the restaurants kind of thing. Because nothing's in English. If you go to the tourist areas, everything's in English. But I wasn't in a tourist area, so nothing was in English, and no one wants to speak to you in English. So it was kind of a bit nerve-wracking for the first week or two. Yeah,
we've had to figure that out when we went also, because we went outside Tokyo. We didn't do like the city stuff forever. We went, traveled around.
We also went like up, I don't even know what town it was. We took the train forever. And we went horseback riding. We shot.
We did Yabusame. And so if you know what Yabusame is, it's traditional samurai archery. So you're on horseback and you have a giant longbow.
It was like taller than me.
It was
almost as tall as Dean.
Almost as tall as Dean. I'd say it's probably a little taller than Dean. Around like 5 feet-ish. Dean's here. We have to go, everybody.
I know. I was going to say.
So, Mo Biggs did bring up a good point. He said cat girls are not technically animals, but those who fetishize them are. So, if you were going to be going to one of the cat girl cafes, Mo, I guess you would be hanging out with animals because the people who fetishize cat girls would be there. So, still an animal cafe. Creators Outlet says they have better food in their 7-Elevens than we have in restaurants. That is absolutely true.
7-Eleven?
The 7-Elevens in Japan
Family
are
Mart?
ridiculous.
Was that the other one? Family Mart? It's
Yeah.
like 7-Eleven? Yeah.
So
good.
We ate fast food in Japan, and I had the most interesting hamburger
Aaron ate fast food in Japan. I actually didn't.
that I've ever had. It was McDonald's, and it was called Teriyaki McBurger. But they didn't say it like that. They said McBurger, like however the accent is. And it was just amazing. It was a really good burger. I would not have expected teriyaki sauce on a Big Mac instead of, Big Mac sauce, but it was great. Everything they do out there is it's just interesting and exciting, probably because it's just different from what we have here. But there are a lot of arcades over there too. What's your favorite part of living in Japan?
Oh, good question. Generally, I like the weather. The weather's great. The food's great. And the people are much more polite. When I lived in London, would get into arguments all the time, people being unpolite. and I don't have arguments here. Very rarely.
Even as a Westerner living there? Because I heard there is a bit of a stigma.
Well, yeah, I've never noticed it. I hear that there is, but for me, I never really had any problems.
I hear from people. Which people say this? I hear from people
on the
that
internet.
People say it, you know?
You
it's
see
weird.
all this stuff on the internet, don't you? Where people are saying, you know, there's a problem. But Japan's kind of, I think, closed off. They're like, when you go, especially if you go to Tokyo, there's so many restaurants and things which are in high-rise blocks, which you would never know is there unless you're a local person. Like, you could miss the greatest sushi restaurant ever, and you wouldn't know it's there. So it requires, to get the best out of Japan, it requires some kind of insider knowledge. Otherwise, you miss a lot of things.
When we went, we hired a cultural ambassador.
Oh, nice.
There's a tour guide. But we told him, you know, like, stuff we wanted to do and things like that, and he made sure to, like, kind of set up an itinerary.
I also did a
us.
lot of
you
the
did.
planning.
You did
myself.
a ridiculous
I did a lot
amount of research. So
because you haven't guessed, that's my
we
thing.
also actually got a sword out of Japan, which is supposed to not be easy. And
Yeah,
it's
everyone
not.
told me I couldn't do
It's
it.
not easy. Okay, I should say it's supposed to be impossible to get an authentic sword out of Japan.
A real one?
And yeah, we got one.
Oh, nice.
Yep, we got a 16th century wakizashi out of Japan. All legal, went through customs, went through everything. But the coolest thing is we went to Japan originally because the last Masamune is currently still making swords, but when he retires, the Masamune line will be complete, and he'll be having to pass down his knowledge to someone that isn't within his bloodline. So,
nice.
You know, the last of the legendary swordsmiths is still alive, still making swords, but not for much longer.
But it takes a while to make it.
Yeah.
So
We
he's
went
working
there
on it.
and-
We were supposed to go back in 2020.
We were supposed to go back for the Olympics in 2020 and to get our sword, but the world had other plans for us, so that didn't happen.
Okay.
I have to disagree with you, Mo Biggs. I love the arcades in Japan. I think we spend more time in arcades than in any other spot, I think.
Yeah, but now he's going to start calling us weebs.
Sorry.
We played Japanese video games.
But
Anyway.
they were Battleship girls.
Well, when you decide to, you know, like dress up as one for Halloween or a cosplay or something, then we'll get exposed as like full on weebs, and Mobiz can send us to Weebhab. Which is, you know, he's got to send the whole crack pack there anyway. We've all kind of fallen prey to B Rose's bad influence, so now all of us are kind of infected with weebery. Mr. Duder.
Yeah. I got something I wanted to say about swords, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm proficient in using a katana.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I did 10 years of what's called Bato-Do, which is using a battlefield kenjutsu, which is using a katana.
Yep.
And we did like...
I was familiar with
Tamashigiri.
kenjutsu. I wasn't sure like which denomination you were going with.
Yeah, I did Toyama Ryu for 10 years. Yeah.
Nice.
So
you're like straight up lethal with a blade. Now, do you have one of your own yet?
Well, when I was in the UK, I had one, but it wasn't a Nihonto, which is made in Japan. So I couldn't bring it. But it was really good. We used to do the cutting exercises, and it could cut like butter. It was really, 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 really good. But I had to sell it because I couldn't bring it into Japan.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You know, they have they're very particular about swords in Japan. I never got through the cut exercises where you're actually cutting the rattan. I never got that far. into it, but I learned basic sword forms and sword techniques and the different styles of cut, and used bokken. So I have a little bit of basic training myself, but I never got to the point where. Are we going with Weedfarious? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Instead of
Damn
nefarious.
it, Dean! What have you done? So we were going to ask you, actually, how did you start working in comics? Like, how did you become an indie comic creator?
Good question. So it's something kind of new recently. When I moved to Japan, for a year we lived in a place called Utsunomiya, which is kind of countryside. But I taught in an English school there, and one of my students come in and said, "Look, I got this new iPad Pro with the pencil, and I can do manga." And I said, "Oh, let me have a look." So I had a look, and I thought, "Yeah, that's sweet." So then I got into digital art, and then for some reason, I just had the idea to draw a comic, and here I am. Yeah, so it's kind of new, but the inspiration for my comic is my daughter. She's in the comic. And my dog
she's
too.
Absolutely precious. I mean, like, there's just something about, and I'm not trying to be racist or nothing, but there's just something about little Asian babies. They're freaking adorable. I don't know what it is, but they're so damn cute.
Is that her voice in the trailer?
Yes, she's at the
It's
end
her
of the
voice.
trailer.
No, that's my
very
other
end.
daughter.
That's your other daughter that says goodbye? Oh my god.
Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, my oldest daughter, she wouldn't. I said, "Come on, let Daddy take video." And like, no. So I went to the other one. Okay, say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, that's good. But it's her voice in the trailer doing like the Nin-Nin Kuchi no Se no Jutsu, yeah.
We
Nini's
will be
voice.
playing the trailer a little bit later for everybody so that they can hear what we're talking about. Do you have any formal training or anything with sequential art or storytelling? No formal education at all. Okay.
No.
When you went to school, did you study literature or anything like that, or was it more business? Did you study linguistics?
Well, yeah. At school, we did English and things like that, but like after when I went to uni, I did like electronics, like
cool.
Yeah, stuff like that, which I never used, but I don't have any kind of formal writing training or drawing training. No.
So you're like Garrett then. When did you start making your own comics? Did you ever do it like when you were a kid, or is this entirely recent?
Entirely recent.
Okay.
It's it started out, like I said, the guy showed me his iPad, and then I kind of started doing some digital drawing. And then my daughter, when she first learned to speak, she would say Nin-Nin a lot, because that's like a Japanese pop culture reference for ninja. All the kids say it for some reason. I don't know why. And then I thought, and my nickname for my daughter is Nini. Her real name is Nina, but my nickname is Nini. So then I said, Nin-Nin Nini. Oh, that sounds good. Let me draw some pictures. So I drew some pictures of her, and then I thought, comic sounds good. Yeah, let's go for a comic. And here we are. So yeah,
it's duder.
Duder.
It's like dude, but dude-er. Like
Duder.
He's more dude. He's not the duderist. He's just duder than dude. Yeah. So, I know a lot of people from CG Australia and CG UK.
Yeah.
Would you consider recruiting for CG Japan and getting more people involved?
Yeah, that's something I'd like to do, but obviously that requires a bit of capital interest, doesn't it? It requires some money.
Capital interest. It requires some more networking, some more social media. I mean, we know some mangaka in Japan, but that's manga. We're talking about indie Western or Euro Western comics.
So my plan is, after Corona goes away, there's two big indie manga conventions, Comiket and Komita. And I plan to do Komita maybe next year. And then we're going to go from there, see if I can work my way up, kind of get some recognition. So I do have some plans to try and get more involved. I got several comics which are just waiting to be drawn. Several different stories, but it's finding the time. I'm a busy father, so I don't have much free time.
Yep.
So I'd love to make it more of a full-time thing sometime in the future.
Yeah, so that you don't have to teach English. You can just write comics.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
So you made this for your daughter. How much input did she have on the story?
0. Just my story.
0. Okay.
Well,
so it's your story, but made kind of in homage.
Yeah, she's 4. My daughter's, she's 4 now. So the input was, Daddy's going to write a ninja story for you. Okay? Okay, Daddy.
It's adorable.
So, like, my daughter's in it, and my dog's in it. Like, the character Leo, that's my dog in real life. His character is how he is in real life. He's a good boy, but when there's food about, different matter. He only focuses on the food. So he's like that in a comic.
It's like Frequency Girl.
It's true. I can't even deny it.
What are we having tonight? I kind of want sushi now.
I guess we can.
Yeah,
do sushi.
Do you think we'll be able to order
sushi's
before
great.
this wraps up here?
Maybe.
Text Garrett and tell him to order sushi.
Can't. My phone broke.
Oh, god damn it.
We are trapped and there's no food.
Someone order sushi.
So it's about ninjas.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
Yeah, well,
So-
she's a ninja, yeah.
Explain this to me. You've got dogs, because you like dogs. It's
Yeah.
got ninjas, and it's about
Yeah.
your daughter. What are you laughing
Yeah.
about? I'm disappointed that Liam is so proud of his fulfillment record, but never pointed out that Liam spelled backwards his male. God damn it, Mo Biggs.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail everything.
That needs to be a super. I need to now go super chat that at him. Is he still streaming? Is he like doing a 24-hour cry stream or something? I don't know.
Oh, that was really funny. Thank you,
yeah.
Mo. I needed that
Saying
laugh.
backwards is male. Wow. It would really suck if you weren't good at that.
Right.
Yeah?
Sorry, getting back to...
So your book is about ninjas, starring your
Yeah.
daughter, featuring
Yeah.
your dog. How does that all
Yeah.
come together? Like, can you tell me about the world of Nin-Nin
Yeah,
Nini?
so the world revolves around dogs. It's part of their culture. So in this part of we call it the Eastern Kingdoms, there's 12 countries, and each is named after a dog breed. So the main country where it's set, this is called Bichon. So my dog, he's a Bichon. That's a dog breed. And so, like I said, the whole culture revolves around dogs. And Nini, I can't go into who she is because she's got a double identity. I don't want to give that away. But she's a ninja, and she lives in Bichon, and the crown gets stolen, and then she's been tasked to track down the crown.
Is there like a daimyo or an emperor or a state figurehead that wears this crown?
So there's a guy called Daddy Duda. He's
not a self-insert character at all.
Well, all my family are in this comic. All the good people, they're all based on my family.
Right.
My
so the
friends.
good guys are your family, and the bad
And
guys
friends.
are people you don't like. This is what indie comics is all about, people. It's great.
I thought for a minute you were going to say, like, all the good people in your family are in the comic, not that all the good people in the comic are in your family.
I said that?
No, I thought that's what he was
Yeah.
saying. Like,
So like all the good characters in the comic are all loosely
our
based
family.
on my family or friends. Yeah.
Is there anyone in the comic book that's bad that's also based on your family?
Not on my family, but loosely based on someone I used to know. I'll leave it at that.
see, I was going to say, I feel like that would be a comic that I would write if I was writing
Yeah, I was
about
gonna say,
my
so
family.
He's going the Geoffrey Chaucer route. I was naked for a day, you'll be naked for eternity. Yeah, I'm going to read a story where my dog and my daughter kick your ass. I like it. You know,
That's awesome.
There's an air of poetic justice and petty vendetta to it. I like that.
Just loosely inspired. Yeah.
Sure, loosely. Yeah, they don't even have their name or anything. They probably do, don't they? Or did you spell it backwards? Is one of your characters named Male?
No.
Okay. So you gotta explain more to me. So the different regions are broken up by the names of the dogs, and there is a figurehead of Bichon who wears the crown.
So like each country has its own ruling family, and so like I said,
that's your British heritage kind of shining through and all.
Maybe,
gotcha.
yeah. So, like, the whole culture I said revolves around dogs. So, dog ownership is the most important thing in their culture, and the cultures, the ranks of not ranks, but kind of social strata is split up into nobles and commoners. Nobles is two types. There's the lesser nobles and the high nobles. High nobles can own pedigrees. Lesser nobles can own some pedigrees. High nobles, any pedigree. Commoners can't own pedigrees at all. And the more money you have, the higher degree percentage of pedigree you can have as a commoner. So like a rich commoner can have like a 70% pedigree of a pedigree dog. And if you're a commoner and you're caught with a pedigree dog, you're in trouble because it's against the law. You're in big trouble. And then there's a big association which kind of manages daily life, which is called the Kennel Club. The Kennel Club has two factions. One is the normal Kennel Club, and the other is the Dog Inquisition. Do you know the Spanish Inquisition?
Nobody expects the Dog Inquisition.
I definitely didn't.
Like, legit did not expect a Dog Inquisition. That's
Dog Inquisition.
Something else.
So they're like the Spanish Inquisition, but about dogs. So they go around trying to catch people who have illegal pedigrees, and they're not nice people.
Did they lock them in the tower, or?
Yeah, they torture, they kill, they do any kind of things. They're naughty people.
So your daughter, the ninja, is she going to throw down with the Dog Inquisition?
They're one of the bad factions, but they're not the bad faction.
So your 2-year-old is at war with rabid, murderous ideologues who, like, I guess, try to police the purity of dog ownership in the world.
Yeah.
Yes, Mo, I think this is fair to call it a niche book. Yes.
But she's not 2 in the comic, obviously. She's a teenager in the comic. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it might actually be interesting if she's 2. Bad man! Ninja star! You know? It might be really funny.
So, she's a teenager.
How did they learn ninja magic?
Well,
I think I saw something on the campaign page about ninja magic.
Yeah, so the ninjas, they come from a different place. There's not many ninjas in this story. There are very few ninjas. They come from somewhere. So we have the dog kingdoms, and the ninjas come from a different place. So you don't really see the ninjas in the story much. Only Nini's the ninja. But she learned her ninja skills from these ninjas, which aren't in the story much. So only one ninja. 1 or 2 ninjas, yeah, not many ninjas. And going back to the caste system, so there's also one called the dogless. And the dogless, he's like in Indian culture, you have the untouchables. They're the lowest of the low. That's a dogless. But Daddy Duda, he's a dogless. But he's also married to the Bichon princess, so he's really powerful, but he's a dogless. Because he comes from somewhere else. He's from somewhere else.
I was going to say, yeah, have you been, hanging out on Twitter? Did you see the meme Kimasabe posted about his rich breadwinning wife that, his that he's kept by, and then he makes a comic book with all their money. I guess there might be some projection there. I don't know. Yeah, the poor artist is dogless, yet he is married to the princess. So, does Daddy Duder have a dog?
No, he's dogless. So all the nobles, they hate Daddy Duder because he's a dogless.
Okay, so he legit does not own a dog.
He doesn't own a dog, no. But he's married to the Bichon princess, so that gives him a lot of power. But the nobles hate him because he's a dogless.
Gotcha. And does she own a dog?
She does, yeah. So in Bichon, there's Bichon is the breed of that country, and then there's the royal Bichons, which are the purest of the Bichon bloodline. So if you're the Bichon princess, your dog is 100% pure Bichon. But Daddy Duda doesn't own a Bichon, even though they keep saying, have a dog, have a dog. He's like, no, I don't need a dog.
Yeah, and if he did, it would be like an absolute mutt, because he's the lowest of the low. He's the dogless.
Yeah.
Mo says, I appreciate that the people called dogless are actually called that for a reason. Much less confusing than tailless. Who's a space cat without a tail?
No, he has a tail.
But does he have a tail?
He does have a tail.
I thought he was drawn without a tail.
No, I think he has a tail.
I don't think he has a tail.
Maybe.
Somebody get Arya Blackness in here.
Investigate.
I thought for sure he didn't have a tail, because Arya was like, furries are weird, and an anthropomorphic character becomes a furry when you give it a tail. Fairly certain it does not have a tail. However, you're right, Mo, because he's not really a cat. He can't be tailless if he's just like a mutant, space creature. That's another fun book, though, from another member of the CG community that is outside the States and outside Australia. Arya is from CG UK Wales, and there's only two of them. Yeah. He has no tail. Just look at the action figure. The action figure has no tail. There's an action figure. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry, guys. Apologize. You get yourself a life.
See what happens when I wind up on this side of the table? Mm-hmm. Chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. So you know what? We're going to load this campaign up here while you search to see... Why is it called tailless? Dogleg. Wait, no.
Sorry.
I don't even get to read the comments now?
You can.
Dog legs, no more. The tale of the day at the pet store. I don't know what that means.
It's because it's supposed to be dogless, not
dogless. Got it, yeah. Oh, man. Show's going right off the rails. So, let's talk about Nin-Nin Nini and the Crown Thief.
Something.
What?
Mobig says Tailless doesn't have a tail, but neither does any of the other characters in the universe.
Exactly.
I remember there being something.
Because he didn't want to have to draw tails on them. So, I mean, he could have just called it The Adventures of the Cat Guy in the universe of cats without tails. No, that's a terrible title. I shouldn't be a writer. You should not give me the freedom to write anything. Why don't we talk about Nin-Nin Nini and the Crown Thief as a campaign? So you've got $500 flexible goal. Well, $497 flexible goal. Why didn't you just round that up? Or is yours in funny Japanese J money? Yeah.
It's in yen, yeah. So that's the minimum 55,000 yen.
55,000 yen.
Yeah, it fluctuates, obviously. So that's the minimum.
Got it. So you've got a couple of tiers here. You've got the digital book, obviously.
Yeah.
You've got the regular book, which is...
Yeah.
Is that $20? I can't read.
$10. $10.
$10 US.
About
US
$10, yeah. Yeah.
Physical ninja?
Yeah, for the physical ninja.
Then
you've got the variant ninja.
Which is about $1 more, about $11.
$12.
Yeah. $12, yeah.
And then you've got the super fan, which is $45, and that lets you get
T-shirt,
this book and the T-shirt
and a trading card.
Right.
Yeah.
And the limited edition variant cover as well. And there's only 19 of those variant covers.
Yeah. Well, I originally did 20, but one of my friends bought one, so it's 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can join the Doggyquisition and become a villain in the story. An antagonist to torment
issue
your dog.
2. Yeah, in issue 2. Yeah.
So this is the equivalent of like the drawn-in tier.
Drawn in tier, and the page where you just got on the screen, that's where your face would be drawn in.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have a touch screen, right? Do you want to make that?
Yeah, sorry, I just got slightly electrocuted, so
How?
it's okay. There's a cord running from the TV, the HDMI. I don't know why it's electrified, but it is, and it rubbed up against my knuckle, and I got a jolt, and it
I want to
hurt.
find out what. I want to touch it.
No purposeful electrocution. So, sorry, I was slightly...
Actually, speaking of electrocution, I got a fun story to tell. Back in
Yeah, go for it.
A long time ago, I used to have a sound system. Like, we used to play reggae music, dancehall music, and we'd set up all the speakers. And then one day, when we were setting up, one of the speakers wasn't working properly. So I had to strip some wire off the speaker cable, but I didn't have any pliers. And I told my friend, turn off the amplifier. And he's like, okay. And he didn't. And then I used my teeth to strip the wire. And I got electric shock in my teeth.
Oh, no.
And the next thing we know, you're writing a dog about ninjas
You're writing a
living
dog?
in You're writing a comic about ninjas living in Dogland. And
Not the next thing, somewhere down the line.
somewhere down the line. What did that feel like, though? Did you have like fillings in your teeth to like?
Yeah, it was.
conduct
It
Is
was
that the thing?
kind of very strong, tingly. It wasn't pleasant, but it wasn't really painful. Yeah,
That's Lucifer or Beelzebub or whatever.
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub, yeah.
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub.
You need to watch the trailer. Why don't we just
I
go watch the
watched
trailer?
it, but I
Go
was...
up. Dude, did you share your screen with audio?
No, but I downloaded it.
Okay. Play the trailer.
Punch you. Alright. We are gonna watch the trailer while I punch Aaron.
It's Nin-Nin time! 고치하시나지자! 닌-닌! 고치하시나지자!
Thanks for watching. I'm Daddy Duda and welcome to Nin-Nin Nini, a comic created by me, a loving father, for his beautiful daughter, Nina. My dog's in it too. He's a cute boy, isn't he? And here's a bit of feedback I got from an early backer. Please consider backing and making my daughter Nina's day. Thanks for watching, Janet.
Bye-bye!
I love the trailer. Beelzebuz. That's great.
Thanks.
Mo Big says, what if Nin-Nin meant Barnaby? I don't know, Mo. I think Barnaby would probably have the upper hand, which is unfortunate, but you know.
24 Eyes wants to know if you had an editor or anyone look at this. Do you have an editor like in your process, or do you just write?
No, it's just me. Unfortunately, yeah.
You also do all the drawing.
Yeah, everything me. Yeah.
So there's 100% just you do the colors,
I did
the
everything,
sound effects,
yeah.
the letters. Dang,
Yeah.
dude, this is a real labor of love. Then I must
Yeah.
admit. Is that dude getting his ears shot off?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the bad guy.
The bad guy's getting his ears shut off, or the bad
No,
guy's
the
doing
guy-
the shooting?
Yeah, the
Oh,
guy
okay.
doing the shooting his ears off.
And you have a bunch of Crusader Knights trying to kill a little girl. I gotta get
yeah,
this comic, bro. I gotta get this comic. I don't know what this is. I have to own it.
Yeah, they're not crusade. They're just bad guys. Yeah.
Just bad guys
And-
in knights armor, though. They're like
In
dressed
knights
up like
armor, yeah.
medieval knights, right?
Yeah, like the technology in this world is kind of, well, they don't really have guns. The guy with the gun, he's the only guy with guns. So
Oh.
so they still wear, swords, and they still have that armor and swords and everything, because there's no guns apart from Zigu. He's the guy with the guns. Yeah.
What's
So-
going on in this panel?
This guy's kind of stretching, waking up, because he's a kind of bit of a lazy guy, and he's like,
Gotcha. All right, I got it. It looks like the is kind of like something else going on there. I really want to clip it and meme it. That looks fantastic. Like, just make his nipples should shoot lasers or something. So how does it all come together in the end? How does it all come together? How many issues of this are planned? This one's 36 issues, right?
this is gonna.
Pages.
That's 36 pages.
Yeah.
I got a lot of story. It's kind of manga length in story, so it's going to be many volumes probably. But I have plans for, like, the first story arc is retrieving the stolen Bichon crown. That's going to be 3 or 4 comics, and then we'll take it from there. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, but at least 3 comics, 3 or 4.
Okay, so it does have an arc, beginning. Middle,
Yeah,
and
so
end that you've
the
already
first, it's got several arcs, yeah. And the first story arc is the crown stolen. Then there's, like, the main villains. They're called the League of Laziness. On the surface, they just look like a bunch of lazy dudes, but underneath, they're really bad, really nefarious.
Hey.
And but yeah, so and there's lots of fighting that goes on between the League of Laziness trying to take over the Bichon country. So there's several story arcs and featuring this League of Laziness and the main villain who's not introduced yet.
So
He's-
you designed the campaign page too, right?
Yeah, everything me. Yeah.
Everything you, man. So you had no help.
No.
So this is a first go. Did you get your hands on any information about crowdfunding? Did you back any other campaigns to get a sense of what type of
Yeah. I backed
stuff to offer? Yeah.
Yeah, I backed a few campaigns before, but I don't back as many as I want because my job is really poor paying. And my wife says, no comics!
No.
Yeah, I got kids.
No, it's-
I got 2 kids, yeah. They got to come first, so... Yeah,
Do you
I
ever
don't
watch any streams with creators on them talking about how they design their campaigns?
I don't catch as many streams as I like because obviously time difference. I live in Japan, so it's really difficult. And I don't watch YouTube as much as what I want. Again, because I got kids. If I got YouTube on in the house, the kids want to watch their stuff, and I'm trying to teach them not to be so, YouTube TV all the time. I'm trying to say, no, read a book, do some more healthy activities. So my access to YouTube and stuff like that is
Yeah,
very
you're right.
limited.
The only answer is to just not be at home that much and to go out to the bar and watch YouTube there. I plan to do that when I'm a father.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When I can't get time to myself, I'm just gonna not be at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot to look forward to, right? So despite all of that, despite you doing it first time out, not having any help, having limited understanding about setting up campaign pages, but some knowledge of crowdfunding in general, there is very little risk on this campaign because it is a flexible goal. And the goal's only, like you said, $497 or 5,000 yen or something.
Yeah, 55,000 yen, yeah.
55,000 funny monies. Gotcha.
Yeah, the comic's ready. I did a small test print a few months ago, so I've got some copies of the comic, and I'm really happy with it. I think it looks great. So all I've got to do is get it printed, basically. So yeah, so there's no risk.
So
as soon as
have
I
you
get the
picked
money,
your printer?
yes, pick my printer.
Okay.
Yeah, which is going to be in the States. So my postage is a lesser amount to America because I think most of the customers will be in America. A lesser amount to Japan because I can't charge that because I'm in Japan, and the rest of the world is going to be the usual international shipping cost. Because the printer can send to in America, so they can send it out for me.
Right.
But the rest will come to me, and then I'll send from Japan.
So you're printing, I assume, the trading card and all that other stuff with the same printer.
Yes.
So you can just tell the printer to send all of the stuff to somebody.
Yeah, send this to stuff.
No,
but the super fan one, because I'm getting the t-shirts done in Japan, so I'll send them from Japan, and I've still got a few copies from the test print ready. So, and the super fan is limited. There was only 5, so I just got to get the trading card sent to me, and then I can send it out from Japan.
Mobiggs wants to know if they're going to be sent out in Ziploc bags.
One more time, say that again.
Mobiggs wants to know if the printer is going to be sending out the comic book in Ziploc bags.
I don't think so. I think they could just bagged and boarded.
Okay,
and then,
but better than just like plastic wrap, because there's a definite I don't know if controversy is the right word. Just a thing that happened. There was a book that was put out by I think it was the Fandom Menace, and it was a pretty kind of big disaster that it was shipped out with really poor packaging. That's pretty much the long and short of it.
Yeah, no, I think it's going out in Gemini mailers.
Cool.
Like I said, I did a small test print, and I had a couple of, like, I did this campaign before, but several months, like when I did it before, Indiegogo said, we're not supporting Japan, you got to launch now, and I wasn't ready to launch it, but I launched it anyway, so I only got a couple of backers, and I didn't really push it too hard. I didn't go on any shows because I was a long way away from completing the comic, but the back of the book that got the comic, he told me, he said, the comic arrived in good condition in Gemini mailers, bagged and boarded, and he was very happy with it. So, yeah.
In the trailer, that testimonial blows by really quick. Do you know what it says?
I do, yeah. That went to one of my, someone that I used to work with, and they said that they're not really a comic person, but they really liked it. And they said cool. the story was fun. They liked the fact that it was based on my daughter, and they said the Leo character was really interesting, and they liked the scene with the rats.
The scene with the
rats.
Rats, yeah, lots of rats, yeah. In this particular scene.
Well, I mean, they do train terriers to kill rats.
I like the rats of Nim. Those rats.
That has nothing to do
cool.
with that.
But those are rats that I like. We were talking about rats.
They're animated anthropomorphic rats. You're lucky you're not going to be called a furry. I mean, I might, like, I can't speak for Mobiggs. He might call you a furry.
Why? What?
Because you like the rats of Nim.
Because I like the
anthropomorphic animals.
Who likes rats? I mean, come on.
You're so in time out.
So,
I agree, Mo. Kick Neff.
So what's that?
Neff has been kicked. See what happens when you put me on this side of the table? I have the power. Okay, you can come back.
That's alright. You can finish the show. I'll sit over here and drink Hershey's syrup. It's fine.
Yeah, okay, come back.
Really pulling me back on?
Yeah, I'll be nice. Nicer than you. See? Ha! Mobiggs. Secret of Nim was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
It was really
good. Mobiggs knows what's awesome.
Yep. I didn't really. I would have loved for there to be like a continuation or a prequel or something to kind of set up the backstory better, but it was a really good film.
And he says it's
I was
not a
just
furry
teasing
movie.
her.
The rats are rat-sized, and there's an explanation for why they act like they act.
Holy shit, Mo Big's breaking it down, like criterion for what makes furries furries.
So I don't know what
not
makes
furries not
a furry or
furries.
not a furry, but
I guess Mo's going to have to write the treatise and we'll publish it for him.
I agree that Secret of Nim is
Yep.
the best. I have a Secret of Nim lunchbox.
What is the best part of making comics for you so far? Yes, let's do that. That'll be awesome.
Oh, the best part. It was really good when I got the printed copy back, and then I showed to my daughter, look, because my daughter, she's 4, so she can't read the comics, she doesn't really understand it, but she knows the comic is hers, and she knows that she's the character. And when I say, someone's buying my comic, she gets super excited. Daddy, yay!
That's awesome and super cute.
Yeah, super cute. But, because we live in Japan, so my daughter's Japanese level is great, but her English level, not so good. So...
But you're an English teacher!
Yeah, I'm an English teacher, but I don't see her much, so we're at work. So she understands what I'm saying, but speaking wise she's not so great. The wife only speaks to her in Japanese, and the family, her wife's family, so yeah. So she can't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to when she's older so we can sit down and read it together.
Would
So
you
that's
ever
pretty cool.
have it translated or scanlated into Japanese or like katakana for your Japanese readers?
Yeah, I'm thinking if I could get some Japanese readers, I was thinking maybe I could get it done.
Because there are a lot of people that transcribe out there.
Yeah. I mean, I use Clip Studio, which is awesome to make comics. So just
It is.
taking out the English text and putting some Japanese text in, if I get a good translation, would be pretty easy.
Yeah. I think you should do that, and I think you should offer the Japanese copy as an add-on for us in the States so that I can get it as an authentic work of CG Japan with the katakana characters and show all of my friends and make them try to figure out what the heck is going on in the book without any dialogue bubbles.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think it would be great.
Maybe I'll have to
Mo,
speak
you're
to the
not
wife.
getting. We're not getting one of those. So you're not gonna be able to write a treatise on why furries are furries, and people who like talking Disney animals are not furries.
You're on the YouTube page again, I think. Because Dean is saying, when I first saw the title Nin-Nin Nin, I thought it was a story about dirt bike racing. I was going to say, I'm like, where's the dirt bike come in? I think I missed something.
That's a joke.
I did.
That's
I missed
Garrett
something.
worthy.
That
That is a
is.
Garrett worthy joke.
That is.
Mo, time Dean out.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Right,
kidding.
the title is very Japanese, so Westerners might look at it like, "Hey, what the hell is that?" But it's Japanese, but I don't want to change it because the story is my daughter's comic. So,
I mean, to
I'm
be
leaving
fair,
it.
I'm looking at the whole thing and going, "What the heck is that?" But that's not going to stop
Yeah.
me from backing it.
Yeah.
Let's see where he's at right now.
I refreshed.
You
accidentally.
refresh.
So I will put it in.
I'm still looking for the fire emoji in this.
Whoa.
There it is.
We're 5 backers.
What have we got?
306.
5 backers. That's one more. That's great. Yeah, nice. One extra
Nice.
backer. Cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So because it's flexible, this is going to fulfill anyway. So
Yeah, it's
regardless
gonna
of whether or
fulfill
not we
anyway.
hit, the 5,500 yen go what?
See, 24 Hours 2. That movie was sweet. He's
It
talking
was.
about the secret of Nim. See, trust my taste aside from Neff. Trust my taste. I have good taste. I'm just busting your balls.
That's okay. I mean, you already put them in your purse, so bust them all you want.
This stream has taken a strange turn.
Oh, we're talking about a strange book, and I love it. I think it's great, and we're gonna have to have you back on once I read this book, and we can discuss the finer points of the history of the world of Nin-Nin Nini, and
that's great.
The dogs and everything. That would be great. So do you have any advice for anyone out there who's going into crowdfunding or into comic books as an indie creator their first time? You did everything yourself. I did all of your writing,
myself.
all of your drawing, your coloring, your lettering, your campaign page, and everything without any prior experience whatsoever.
Yep.
What words of wisdom do you have for other people out there?
So work on your story for a long time before you actually like your world building. So as you know, I got a dog. So every morning I walk the dog. I'm thinking about story, back history, trying to make the world believable, and then I write notes as soon as I get back. Scribble, scribble, scribble. So work on your world building for a while before you start actually writing the comic. Is my first advice. You want to make the world as believable as possible, and as interesting, not just a generic world.
Yep, that's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah. When you do I don't do traditional art. My traditional art skills pretty much suck. I can make it look pretty decent, okay, on doing digital, but if I do traditional style, my traditional art is really bad. So when you're doing traditional, like when I do the inking, I do it on 2 layers. I have the one layer is a very fine line with the outline, which I do in closed lines. Then the second layer, I do all the hatching, the thicker lines and everything on the second layer. When it comes to flatting, switch the hatching layer off and then just flat straight onto the general outline layer. Makes it much quicker, much easier.
That's a nice trick of technique. I'm sure people will be grateful to hear that. Mo, in a way, he is writing what he knows. You know, the book's about his daughter and his dog, and it's set in a world about dogs, and there's an army of evil knights that are trying to capture people who own dogs. And then there's guys with guns, but there's only one guy with a gun. I don't know, bro. I'm sure he did, research into this world and build it for quite some time. I can't wait to see what it's all about. When's this going to fulfill?
As soon as I get the print copies back, basically. Once the campaign's finished, I'll place the order with the printer, and then as quick as they can get it to me. What did I put? I think I put January, but it'll fulfill before then. But because with the state of play with COVID and everything at the moment, you never know how long it takes for printing and to get the stuff. I don't know, but as soon as I get the money, I'm placing the order with the printer, and as quick as they can do it. When I printed it last time, when I got the small test print done, they turned it around in a couple of weeks. So
yep,
I'm hoping like within 1 month from the campaign.
This campaign's got 20 something days left on it.
20 something days.
Days.
Yeah, if I make if I make the target, I won't extend. I'll just go straight into in demand.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll start. But if I don't make it in the 30-day period, I'll extend for another 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I want my book.
Yeah.
I want to get my book. This is definitely one that I'm going to have my eye on, just because it sounds so fantastical and just so completely out there. And it was done by a guy who did everything himself. So I want to see what it happens, what it looks like when it is a one-man band, one dude driving the show, and, someone who has just a crazy, awesome imagination writing a story about their daughter. It's a unique campaign, guys. It's definitely for sure. Hockey says, maybe I will do fan art of Nini.
Nice.
Cute.
Yeah,
very,
cool.
very
Nice.
All right, so we've been going for about an hour, guys. Is there anything else you want to say to our viewers? Do you want to tell them where to find you on the internet? Anything like that?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so my website is www.daddydudacomics.wordpress.com. I'm on Twitter at daddyduda. or CG Japan. And my Facebook page is Daddy Duda Comics. So please head on over, check it out.
Will do. On both counts.
Yeah,
And
lovely.
yeah, we're going to stick all of that information in the description of the video, just so that when people go back and check it in the replay, they'll have all of your social media information necessary to both back the book and to find you.
Yeah,
God damn,
great,
Neff
thank
is a
you.
salesman. I want to learn from him. Dude, I'm sure that you can sell things better than I can. Right now, I'm going to go sell myself some dinner.
Ooh, does that mean I get paid?
No, you're not cooking. We're buying sushi.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
We just
Sounds
had. We were talking about Japan.
Yeah, but I didn't think we were really going to do it. So I'm
Absolutely,
excited.
I
Time
want
to
it.
go so we can get sushi.
Okay. Thank you very
Yourself
much for
some
tuning in.
Chutoro. Yeah.
Chutoro. Yeah, well,
Chutoro.
I like the, what the heck is the name of it? It's not, is it Masago? The lean tuna? The red tuna, not fatty tuna? Tamago? Tomato? I don't know. That's it for us, guys. That's going to be it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications.
And don't tune into the frequency.
You have one job.
No, I have 87 jobs, and I'm not used to this one yet. So I was getting ready to play the outro.
Okay, well, why don't you play my outro?
I will play the outro.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, see you. Bye-bye. Thanks.